This is Terry McDade, aka the Pirate Hunter, and this is an inbox kit review of ProArt Models Kit PAU-35058 Streetlight in 1/35 scale. The front of the box has the pictures of the 4 different configurations that you can run it in. You can have your single light on it, the 2, 3, and 4 lights. Now, one thing it shows in the pictures here, and I don't know how well you can see them, is right here and right here are pieces of styrene that you use to space the wire that this loop is made out away from the pole. There's no directions in here on how big a pieces to make on that, how far apart to space them. Now, I did manage to find on eBay a guy who was selling this who had all the dimensions laid out on what to do with this, and I think I've still got a copy of it somewhere. When I do the build update on this, I'll include all the dimensions that I found on it and everything else and what happened on this. But this pole right here that shows on this, if you take, this shows 3 pieces, well 4, the base, this piece, and this piece. It shows 3 pieces on this, but when you open the box up, you find 4 pieces for that pole. And if you put all 4 pieces together, it gives you a pole that's 10.5 inches tall, which is quite tall for this. But I don't know where that spare one come from. But on this, if you look at it, uses a base, the thick one, then the next one that's not quite so thick, and then the really thin one with the fennel on top of it, or the ball on top of it. So let's look at what we got on the inside of this. It's a resin kit on it. This is your base that it shows on the front of the box. Now you trim this down obviously off here, and that would be where you would mount it. Then you have this one that goes down inside of it, whichever way it goes off the box art. Then it shows almost like this one going on, this thin one going in on top of it, but this one actually would appear to fit better in there. So I don't know if you do that and then just cut the top off of this and put it on. Well, I said it's about 10 inches tall if you use all 4 pieces on it. So that's something that'll have to be looked at as you did it, as you put it together, to scale it into where you needed it. It comes with the 4 light fixtures on it. They're resin cast and they look good. They've got the rings on it. They look pretty good. They've got the indentations on it for the lights, bulbs to go up in it. All 4 of these. You get a spool of copper wire that you use to make the hangers, these hangers off of it, and you could curl them around one of the different size paint bottles or whatever, to give you the right arch or whatever arch you wanted on it to make it look realistic. And then they give you 4 clear light bulbs on this thing. And if you were really dedicated, you could use these, run an LED down in them, into the top of this, down through there, and drill that out, mount that in, and you could actually light this up with an LED and use your wire for the LED to make your curl on this so that you had power into it. But I'm not doing that. But I can guarantee we're not doing that. The rest of this build that this was bought for, which is the railroad station in outer nowhere, Nevada kind of thing, is already spiraling out of control. It's like I'm working for the government and have a unlimited cost basis on it and can change as I want to go. So this It's just a small little kit. I don't remember what it cost me off of eBay. But it's good detail on the resin. You can use, if you only use one light on the light pole, then you've got 3 others that you can use above like building lights and things like that, above entrance to buildings, and different light poles. You can make your light poles out of wood or whatever you want to do, which is a dowel or something like that. So this is a pretty neat kit. You got 4 accessories that you can use on whatever. But now, for an added special attraction at no extra cost, we're going to throw in an extra kit review of a thing of lead that is 12 by 24 inches by 1/64 thickness. Excuse me. I don't know what, well, I know why I have this much lead. On that guard shack that is for the train station build, that building has a metal roof. And so I thought, well, let's take and we'll build a real metal roof on it. And we're fast approaching that, well, maybe we'll just take and build it out of wood also. But we probably won't. We'll just use this as a metal roof on it. I like the way it is on it. You can form it. You can make it look like a tin roof that has been really beat up over the years. It's dented. It's, this kind of stuff. And so I decided to go with that, and then what I've been using for binocular straps and slings in this has been paper that I've soaked in super glue. And so I thought, well, okay. And then I've watched a couple builds where individuals have used lead foil to make rifle slings out of, or weapon slings of some kind. And also you can use this to form tarps out of it, because you can put all the wrinkles in it and everything else. So I thought I'd try this. So with this much lead, which is 12 by 24 inches, I figure I could probably outfit a whole Panzer division and put straps on all their weapons. Speaking of Panzer divisions, Cohen C. and I discussed whether the 250/9s were at Kursk, and possibly being at Kursk. Well, I've done a bunch of research on it, and I've got a 251/9 that I'm going to do a kit review on Monday or Tuesday. And when I do, I will, I'll show you all the information I found on this thing and whether they could have reasonably have been expected to be there. So, until the next time, this is Terry McDade, a.k.a. the Pirate Hunter, and to quote the great Jerry Springer, take care of yourself and each other. Until the next time.